everybody, Andrew the Moo here, and here we are with another episode of the worst Dead by Daylight player ever, the Moo. We have a short video today, and I don't know what to say other than you always wonder what killer you're fighting against from the beginning. They know who you are, but you don't know who they are, and of course I get to find out within the first 22 seconds that the killer's a hag. Joy of joys. I get some lucky breaks against this hag, as that hag got a late shot in. I think what the hag was trying to do was a lunging attack, which ended up failing in the long run. Twice, I think the hag tried this lunging attack, and she leaves me alone for a moment. I'm not sure why. But I'm able to get a good run away from the hag, and the hag decides the best thing to do is not necessarily leave me alone for a moment, but the hag does some pre-planning, and I've got to say that I felt very secure for a moment, especially since I saw the hag, I think, run off. And so I'm thinking I'm very secure at the moment. But I like what the hag does here, because the heartbeat returns. And the hag just kind of put me into a false sense of security. Now, I don't know whether or not the hag should have continued chasing me for this amount of time, because the hag comes around the door at the moment. I'm still able to escape the hag. And yes, the hag is getting a good chase of me at the moment, and finally decides to leave me alone. But in the process of doing this, there's one Jinn gone, 2 Jinns gone now. She scared me, by the way. If you haven't played against the hag before, one of her special abilities is she draws a hex on the floor, and it brings those avatars up to kind of jump scare you. But also what it does is, if she's close enough to it, she can project herself to it and, yeah, begin the chase, or maybe do you some damage. But, one of the things that I try not to do when I'm the killer is I try not to spend too much time running after someone unless I'm very certain I can get the hit, which isn't always happening. You see the hag running off in the background, and we're kind of making sure we look to see what's going on. But I don't like to chase for longer than I have to, because unless I know I can get a hit, I get very leery about what I can and can't do. Ash is helping me. That's very sweet of him. But that's just general, personal opinion on, how I need to handle things like that, as the hag is back. And I've got to give credit. I mean, the hag gets some good hits on people. We're down to 1 Jinn at this point. And so the question is whether or not we live or whether or not we die. But, you'll find out soon. But again, I don't like to chase for too long, because of the fact that, there's just a lot of issues that could come up. Jinns that could be done, and the killer's here somewhere, but where is she? And I'm kind of looking up just to see. Hello! Yeah, hi there. I wasn't expecting the killer to be right there, and I questioned whether or not I needed to run in that direction or not. And the hag is trying to find me. I get a good block off, and I'm trying this window one more time. And that's what she's been trying to do this entire time to me. She finally got me. But I didn't have a whole lot of options. If I would have run, she would have caught up to me. If I hadn't have dropped down the pallet, she would have gotten me. So there's a lot I've got to do to try to figure out, what do I need to do here? How can I prioritize? In some areas, you don't really have a lot of pallets, a lot of obstacles to run around. And you get a better look at the perk. And so you've got to make do with what you've got. And there are some days you're just going to get hit no matter what. And I don't have things like Dead Hard or the perks that I should have, apparently. That's why I don't run up to that real quick when I've got the Hag. The thing is, if you crouch while the Hag, while that's there, it won't activate the Hex. So sneaking can actually do well. But anyway, I didn't mean to do this. I was going to wait and see if I could heal and accidentally escape. But hey, we lived.